Long ago, in a small village, there lived a poor boy named Jack. He lived happily with his mother. They had very little money and only one thing of value, a gentle old cow. Every day they hoped for better days, but life was hard and food was often scarce. One morning, Jack's mother said, "Jack, we must sell the cow so we can buy food." Jack loved their cow very much. She was his best friend. So Jack felt really sad, but reluctantly agreed to sell her. So Jack took the cow and began walking to the market, hoping something good might happen. Jack and the cow kept walking through the green pastures until they were stopped and greeted by a stranger who was walking towards them. The man looked at the cow and smiled. "I will trade you these magic beans for your cow," he said. Jack looked at the beans. They were small, shiny, and unusual. The old man promised they were truly magical. Jack believed him and happily traded the cow for the beans. The strange old traveler walked away happily with the cow he just bought. Excited about the magic beans, Jack ran all the way home to show his mother what he had received. When Jack's mother saw the beans, she became very excited. "Magic beans?" she asked. "Let's sow them to see what they grow into." Jack and his mother sow the beans in the garden, and they go to bed hungry that night. During the night, the beans began to grow, slowly at first, then faster and faster. By morning, a gigantic beanstalk had grown from the ground and stretched high into the clouds. When Jack woke up and looked outside, he could hardly believe his eyes. The enormous green vine twisted and climbed far above the village, reaching up toward the sky. Curious and brave, Jack decided to climb the beanstalk. Higher and higher he climbed, past the clouds and into the sky. The ground below became smaller and smaller until he could no longer see his home. When Jack reached the top of the beanstalk, he stepped onto soft white clouds. In the distance, he saw something incredible. A huge castle floating among the clouds. Curious and brave, Jack carefully walked toward it. The castle doors were tall and magnificent. As Jack approached, the beanstalk gently stretched forward and slowly pushed the castle door open. Jack looked around nervously, then quietly stepped inside the enormous castle. Inside the castle, everything was enormous. Giant chairs, giant tables, and giant footsteps on the floor. Jack walked slowly through the quiet halls. Suddenly, he heard a deep, rumbling sound echoing through the castle. It was loud snoring. Jack carefully followed the sound and discovered a giant sleeping soundly in a huge bedroom. The giant's snores shook the room like distant thunder. Trying not to make a sound, Jack quietly sneaked past the sleeping giant and entered a nearby treasure room. Inside, he saw many wonders, but two things caught his eye immediately: a beautiful golden goose that laid shining golden eggs, and a magical harp that gently played sweet music all by itself. Jack realized that the golden goose and the magical harp could help not only his family, but the entire village. Just then, In the bedroom, the giant was woken up from his nap. He heard noises from the room next to his. He yawned and rubbed his eyes. Jack carefully picked up the golden goose and the magical harp and began sneaking back through the castle. The giant looked up after rubbing his eyes and saw Jack running toward the castle door. The giant roared and began chasing him across the castle. Jack ran as fast as he could and reached the beanstalk. Holding the goose and the harp tightly, he quickly climbed down toward the ground. Behind him, the giant thundered after him down the beanstalk. Jack climbed down faster and faster as he could feel the beanstalk shaking from the giant following him. He soon could see his house and his mother looking up at him cheerfully. He finally jumped onto the ground below. "Mom, quick, chop the beanstalk," Jack shouted. His mother grabbed an axe and swung it with all her strength. With one final chop, the magical beanstalk disappeared into nothingness. The giant vanished with it. Jack and his mother were finally safe. The golden goose laid many golden eggs, and they were never poor again. Jack also shared the wealth with the villagers, and the magical harp filled the village with beautiful music day and night. From that day forward, Jack and his mother lived happily, always remembering their incredible adventure with the magical beanstalk.